Hello, class. This lesson is about navigating the databases. For every paper that we are going to do, and there are 3 of them, we will be researching on the online databases that are available through the Southeastern website. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is go to the Southeastern website, and up at the top, you are going to hover over current students, and then come down and click on library. Once you click on the library, you will see over here in the blue box, online databases. So there are tons of online databases that Southeastern subscribes to. For your first assignment, you're simply doing an informational report. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to basically apply everything that you've learned so far about signal phrases, citing, works cited page, paraphrasing, all the skills that we've been practicing. This is an opportunity for you to prove that you have mastered those skills before we move on to writing that's a little bit more advanced. So the assignment that is coming up that I will explain later is simply an informational report about a famous figure. Okay, the famous figure can be dead or alive. Um, and it's really not about the information itself as much as it is about you showing me that you know how to do all the basic skills of research that I just mentioned. Okay, and this is the last skill, which is actually collecting the research. So once you get here, you'll see that the databases are in alphabetical order. Most of them are very specific. So because our report is not that specific, I want you to go down to the very bottom one, which is World Book Web. Now, I know as most of you are millennials and you don't remember when everybody had sets of encyclopedias. Unfortunately, I do remember that. Um, World Book Web, the World Book Encyclopedia is a very, very reputable encyclopedia, and because we're in a technology driven world, it's basically having a set of encyclopedias at the tip of your fingers. Okay, so we're going to click on World Book Web. Now, most of you are at home right now. Okay, I want you to listen carefully. Because I am sitting in my office right now, I did not have to type in anything because I'm on the Southeastern server. If you do have to type in something, if you're at home, it's going to ask you for a username and password. All right, the username is Southeastern and the password is Explorer. Okay, I will post these on Moodle, but just so you know, the username is Southeastern and the password is Explorer. All right, so once you type that in, you will be directed to where I am on this screen, and you are going to click on Advanced. All right, so once I get in here, and we have a lovely picture of Fidel Castro in the background. Once I get on here, I can type in the famous figure of my choice. Okay, so I'm going to type in Michael Jordan. All right, when I type in Michael Jordan, you can see that there are 20 encyclopedia articles on him, 9 tables, 4 images, and even more. But we're going to keep it pretty basic. And I would come here. I would, as you read in the last chapter, I'm going to start collecting my data and taking notes. Okay? It's up to you to decide what parts of Michael Jordan's life you think are most important and the ones that you think should be highlighted in your report. Your report's not going to be very long, so you have to make sure that you're careful about what kind of information you choose because people have written entire books about Michael Jordan. So, you know, in a very short informational report, you need to pick out the most important parts. So you would come in here, collect data. That's not what I wanted to go to. Okay. If you print on this little wheel, if you click on this little wheel right here, tools, you can go down to citations. Okay. Most of these online databases will actually cite the source for you. but there is a warning behind that I'll get to in just a moment. So I'm going to click on Citations. All right, as you can see, it says how to cite this article, and it says World Book recommends the following format. Okay, and then make sure you're looking at MLA. We do not use APA. We definitely don't use Harvard. Okay, so you can see that the contributor is first, Sam Smith. So whatever I got out of this article, okay, any information, whether it be direct quotes or ideas, I am going to cite Smith in my parenthetical citation. All right, my parenthetical citation has to match up with my works cited page. All right, there are no page numbers on this, so you should not have page numbers in your citation. You should only have Smith. All right, if you choose to do so, you could use Smith in your signal phrase and not have a parenthetical citation. I'll give you some examples of that in at a later date. Okay, so I got Sam Smith, he's the contributor. The name of the article is Jordan, Michael. You can see it right there. That's the name of this specific entry in the World Book. This is the name of the reference book. This is the publisher. This is the last update. This is the URL. And as always, in any online source, you're going to have an access date, which is today's date, the day that I'm opening this thing up. Okay? So, what I want you, here's the warning right here. Okay, a lot of times these MLA, when the database cites it for you, a lot of times they are correct. Okay, but they are not always correct. So I want you to remember that. I want you to kind of cross-reference how the database cites it, and then I want you to go back to your guidelines in that PDF and cross-reference it and double check to make sure they're correct. I have found lots of them that are wrong. Sometimes it's because they haven't updated to MLA 8th edition, and other times they have missing information. Okay, so remember that. You don't want to get points deducted for something that you could easily fix. Okay? So, for this upcoming paper, I want you to have one source from this database, World Book Web. All right, hopefully you understand how to do that. All right, guys, I will see you in this module, and I will give you more information about your first writing assignment, which is an informational report.